All right, happy Thursday night, everybody. Even though it feels like Friday with Texas Tech softball playing high-level action today against Florida State during the noon hour, we're going to look at that today. We've got Texas Tech basketball dominating Colorado. Is this the team we've been waiting for all year for Grant McCaslin and the Red Raiders? You tell us. Texas Tech baseball, they start tomorrow in Arlington against Oklahoma early in the day. Well, they finished better than ninth in the Big 12. Why or why not? And then it's overrated, underrated, rated right Thursday. We're talking Big 12 athletic departments and programs. The overall program, the overall athletic departments, which ones are overrated? Hi there, Utah. Which ones are underrated? Got an itch in my eye. Didn't anticipate that. And which ones are rated right? Is Texas Tech rated right now? All of that. And are you watching the Olympics? Yes or no? Because the ratings say that more people are watching the Olympics. And I'm surprised because I'm watching less than I've ever watched. All right, let's do this thing tonight. From the Hat Creek Interior Studios in 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com. That's where you start your day. Jackson Brothers Meat Locker down in Post, Texas. They handle the hot links every day. So go to their website, give them a holler, tell them Raiderland sent you. Make sure you get some of that world-famous jerky. They ship to you. We're also brought to you by Gators Bayou 98th and Slide Road in Lubbock. All the games are on all the big TVs, hot Cajun food, ice-cold drinks, and everything that you have come to expect from them. And they've got, you could have been there today watching softball and checking out the Raiders. So when you drop by, tell them Raiderland sent you. Also brought to you by McAlpin Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of Raiderland. Kevin McAlpin, a great West Texan. If your back's out of whack, don't call a quack. Call Kevin Mack. Still not his official slogan, but I'm trying. Everybody who jumps in tonight, whether you are on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media, on our Facebook page, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland, free, on our YouTube channel, free again, Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland. We say subscribe to all three. You'll never miss a thing. And if something weird's going on, you can bounce back and forth and make sure you get in and get your comments in. But everybody who gets in tonight on the comment line, it's United Supermarkets that makes that happen. The supermarket that supports Texas Tech and not some school down south. All right, let's get it rolling in tonight. Softball wins big today over Florida State, 3-2. High-level drama as this one went on down the stretch. Basketball last night. What do you think about what the Red Raiders did? And then baseball. It's baseball time as well in West Texas. And then overrated, underrated, rated right Thursday tonight. Big 12 athletic departments. Which ones do you think are overrated or underrated? Get too much credit, not enough. Either Utah. James, I finally get to watch the show live this week. All right, so here's the deal. What James is talking about, I don't know why, but the transmission has been wonky on both Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and different things at different times. This is exactly why we tell you subscribe to all three of our platforms here in Raiderland. They're all free. It don't cost nothing. So get on YouTube and make sure you're following us on Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on YouTube. And you can watch there. By the way, we're trying to get to 700 subscribers this week. We want 1,000. 1,000 is like a huge deal. And if you guys can like, share, and subscribe, that'd be great. But 1,000 is massive. But maybe you just like to watch on Twitter X at Ryan Hyatt Media. That's cool. But if it's not coming through, then you can go to Facebook. Ryan Hyatt's Raiderland on Facebook. Again, don't cost nothing. And we do different things on different pages, tailored to the market. So watch them all. But James, thanks for being out there. All right. So guys, get your comments coming in tonight. My nose is just like crazy itchy. Hold on a second. All right. No, there we go. Softball, undefeated still. They take down number 5 Florida State today. Don't know how many people got a chance to watch it, but it was a thrilling game. Most thrilling exhibition of softball. And right now, Texas Tech and Northwestern, 3-0 Red Raiders, top of the 5th in game 2 of this one down there in Clearwater, Florida. So who's pitching in this one tonight in the nightcap for the Red Raiders? Gotta go check this out real quick. On the mound for the Red Raiders tonight, Samantha Lincoln started off, went 1 2/3, walk and a strikeout, one hit through 34 pitches. And then Nigeri Kennedy has come in now, gone 2 1/3 for Texas Tech. Nigeri Kennedy pitched the last inning of the first game to close it out for Texas Tech there against Florida State earlier today after just a really great outing, I thought, by Caitlin Terry going 6 innings. Just need a little more run support. It would have been easy for her. Texas Tech had about, I don't know, maybe at least four, maybe 5 balls that died on the warning track. That probably 2 or 3 of those might have been home runs at, the Rock or some other places, but in the heavy Florida air, they just weren't carrying early today. But got really good pitching all the way around. And then the end of the game, if you didn't see it, it's a double play to end it. And this could have put Florida State ahead. It's a deep drive left. Hallman comes in, jumps, grabs it at the wall, against the wall, and doubles them up. Just thrilling, as I said. So Texas Tech softball doing, I guess, what you expect, right? But still, I mean, that's 2 wins over 2 top 11 teams already early on. Jeff jumps in on our YouTube channel. Again, like, subscribe, share, invite people in. Overrated, underrated, rated right. Athletic departments in the Big 12. Which ones are overrated, underrated, rated right? Are you watching the Olympics? Softball, basketball, and baseball starts tomorrow. We'll kind of have a quasi diamond talk tomorrow. I believe I can tell you at this point, Don Williams from the Lubbock Avalanche Journal will join us tomorrow to recap Texas Tech baseball against Oklahoma. Jeff, on our YouTube, men's hoops getting everyone back in time to peak, just in time for March. Need that Saturday win. All right, so your Saturday 5:30 Valentine's Day at Arizona. You don't need that Saturday win. You want that Saturday win. The Saturday win would be great. You don't need it. You don't have to have it. You're on the 4 line. They're on the 1 line. You don't need it. Now, it'd be great to get it. And if you get it, it solidifies you on the 4, maybe slides you up a little bit to the 3. But you don't need it. The wins you need are Arizona State, Kansas State, Cincinnati, TCU, BYU. Iowa State, There's needs and there's wants. And we're at the point now where there's only so much more I think this team can do on the resume side, Jeff. And that's to the 3 seed, and that would basically be winning out, I think, from here. All right? I don't think they're going to win out from here. James, is TCU overrated? Personally, I can't stand the Frogs. Well, we're talking about an entire athletic department. So top to bottom, football, and you just lost your quarterback. See, some schools bring in the best quarterbacks like Texas Tech. Some schools like TCU lose your best quarterback to Indiana. Basketball, not real good. Baseball, real good. Women's basketball, solid. Whatever other sports they have, I'm not really sure. James, rule 1 of baseball and softball, less than 2 outs, tag on the fly, base runner error by Florida State in the game. I thought it was gone. Totally. I mean, they're celebrating home run. It's not a walk-off in this situation, by the way. Texas Tech would have had the at-bat in the bottom of the 7th inning, but yeah. Totally celebrating, thinking it's gone. And we're watching it, thinking it might be gone. Hallman thought it might be gone. But instead, just a great play by the Red Raiders there to win that game 3-2. And still bottom of the 5th now, Tech 3, Northwestern 0 with Nigeri Kennedy on the mound in this one. She threw all of 9 pitches in the opening game earlier today. All right, so your thoughts on Texas Tech softball today. Basketball. Last night, I think one of the biggest things is the depth came into play. I mean, that means, what does that mean? Anderson only had to play 37 minutes or 36, and Toppin only had to play 34. They were easy cruising minutes, though. Not all minutes are created equal, right? You basically cleared the bench. I think everybody who's going to play this year played in the game last night. Hell, Jack Francis got into the game. The crowd was going wild. You built a balloon snake. The balloon snake attacked United Spirits Arena last night. And even Dr. Lawrence Skuvenek, noted sports fan, got in on the fun. Bamboye beginning to look like showing signs that he can be a critical factor for this team down the stretch and into March. And really, that's what it's all about right now. You're not going to win the Big 12. That's okay. Don't care about the Big 12 tournament. I care about this team being at worst a 4 seed, maybe at best a 3 seed. Don't slide any worse than that, and stay healthy. Jeff, Utah, overrated. Texas Tech, just right. Number one, under is Cougar high. If their football continues upward, they can be in the top tier. So you've got a great basketball program at Houston. Football showing signs of being alive. Not that anybody cares down there. You know, we have to kind of divide the on the field and on the court performance to nobody cares in Houston. They're never going to care in Houston. They've never cared in Houston about University of Houston sports. So that's just the reality of that. Baseball used to be really good. And I just thought of this right now. Is Houston golf worth anything these days? I mean, David Sims, Roy McAvoy, Jim Nance. I hadn't even thought it. This just came across my mind. Is Houston golf worth a damn these days? Overrated, underrated, rated right, Big 12. I would submit, I think the most overrated athletic program in the Big 12 right now is Utah. I don't know why they get whatever they get, but they ain't bringing nothing to the table right now for the most part. I agree with Jeff and some others. I think Tech's rated right now. That as we speak today, that Texas Tech, begrudgingly in some circles, begrudgingly in many areas, but they're saying, yeah, they're really good. And you look at what's going on with Lady Raider basketball and softball and hopefully baseball coming up. Track and field, good. Track and field, good. Tennis, good. Golf, good. Both sides, yeah. You get all the sports in there, pretty much. Soccer, good. Volleyball, trying. JCTT on YouTube. Ryan Heights, Raiderland. We want to go over 700 subscribers. The real magic number for you guys, for us, is 1,000. Help us get to 1,000. Do what you can. Olympics, yes. A Winter Olympics fan. Seen enough track, basketball, etc. This is my skiing, curling, etc. fix. Hockey, yeah, we do that in America. We ski, maybe a little fast skating, figure skating. Everything else after that, it's just made up BS. The 8-man luge, all that stuff. But somebody was telling me today, and I don't know if this is true or not, there's like a bobsled relay. We're just making stuff up. And then the whole X Games stuff in there. I mean, that's just druggies up there at Taos, right? Breckenridge. That's just a bunch of guys that are half-baked coming up with jumps and stuff. And if they crash, they don't care. They're stoned. I mean, for the most part, other than the biathlon, I do dig the biathlon because that gets back to the heart of what we do within the Olympics. It used to be the Olympics. We're going to ski, shoot, and kill something. We're going to ski a little bit, shoot and kill somebody. We're going to ski a little bit, shoot and kill a Nazi, And we can do that. Most of the Winter Olympics now, wait for it, leaves me cold. JCTT, not with one out from first. Are a running error or no? Not with the running. Help me out on that. I don't know what we're talking about. Jeff, Jerome Tang has gone crazy as an outhouse rat, and Kansas State is stuck with him. Kansas State overrated. I'm not ready to put them in the overrated on this. Here's the deal. Jerome Tang's trying to get fired. If you didn't see his last 2 press conferences, he's trying to get fired. He wants to live the buyout life. He's got $13 million, I think, coming to him if he can get his ass fired. And last night, while Ted Boyle in Lubbock was, talking about just a good old country ass whipping, and I'm embarrassed I mean, here's the deal. Tad Boyle, the Colorado coach last night, was embarrassed for everybody. Colorado fans, students, people who had ever driven through Colorado. He called me this morning. He heard I used to fish in Colorado at Lake City and called me and said, I'm embarrassed for you that you used to fish in Colorado and we look like this. And it was a great rant, but it wasn't a rant. And then he finished it up with the, hey, we have wasted our school's money. And he was talking about coaching at Northern Colorado, and they'd play at Pocatello, and they'd have to wait till the next morning and take a commercial flight home at 6 in the morning and get back. He said, we've got a charter flight. We didn't earn it. We're wasting our school's money. We don't deserve a charter flight. And then Jerome Tang there at the Octagon of Gloom at Kansas State, just he threw his entire team under the bus. Don't deserve to wear the uniform. Bunch of dudes who ain't going to be here anymore. He's getting rid of them all. Oh, by the way, we're going to have a 6 o'clock practice. I wonder how many people showed up at 6 o'clock for Jerome Tang yesterday. What's he going to do? I mean, if I'd been one of the players, they've already quit on him. He calls a 6 o'clock practice. I'm like, I ain't going to be there. Sorry. He's done. They're done. The interesting thing is the NIL contracts for those players. What's the clawback, if anything? What do they have to do? Do they just have to show up at the games and get their money? Their last couple of payments, where are we? Mid-February. So they've got, depending on how they structure it, and all the NIL payouts are different. Let's say they're doing it once a month or every other 2 weeks or something. I mean, that's really, seriously, that's how this stuff works, the payouts. You know, some of these guys could be going, I only got one more payout. I don't have to deal with this crap. Jerome Tang wants to be fired. So if you're Kansas State, can you afford to fire him? I mean, really, last night was Jerome Tang, 100% suicide by cop. What do you think of Colorado head coach opening statements in the postgame presser? I think you know now. I thought they were great, you know. But he didn't throw his players under the bus the way Tang did. He made it all inclusive. Made it all inclusive. But, you know, and they can't do it. It would have been really cool if he'd said, you know what? I just called our athletic director. I said, send the charter back. I make X million dollars a year. I'm going to eat the charter cost, $30,000, $25,000. I'm going to eat the charter cost. Send a bus. We're going back from Lubbock to Boulder on a bus. We're going to stop halfway and we're going to work out at a parking lot at a Luby's. Chris, you know it's bad when K-State fans are breaking out the paper bags. Yeah. Look like the New Orleans Saints fans of the late 70s, early 80s there. JCTT, the Arizona schools rated right. Fine. BYU rated right? I would say BYU is probably rated right. Maybe a little underrated for what they brought to the conference. I think maybe so far. Could be underrated. Kansas State, we're finding out over Kansas, over something. I don't know. I could keep going. Big 12 in trouble. There's your bottom line. You're going to end up with 8. Nope. Big 12 is going to have 12 and 16 and 14 and the Big 12. Nobody's going away in the Big 12. Stephen, haven't watched a minute of Winter Olympics. I bet extreme peeing in the snow will be an event by 30. Well, as long as they're running down Donald Trump, it will be. That'll get out there. Jeff, next week's what if Nebraska and Colorado had come back to the Big 12? It wouldn't have mattered because the SEC was going to do what the SEC was going to do. So any of the storylines or the what if lines on conference realignment and expansion that centers on the Big 12 is null and void because the SEC does what the SEC does. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. The only thing that would have changed is in 2011, 2012, if Texas and OU and Tech and Oklahoma State go to the Pac-12. That could have been binding for another 5 or 6 years. But if that doesn't happen, if the Big 12 stays the same, nobody's ever coming back to the Big 12 the way it's constructed. No matter which stories you may read online that says Nebraska tried to come back or whatever. No, wasn't going to happen. Let's see, Jason on YouTube. I heard Kansas State would owe Tang between 18 and 19. I thought it was 13, but maybe it's 13 after this year or after next year. Either way, he says, I don't think they can afford it, but can they afford not to fire him? 2 more years of this stuff. Yeah, and that's the deal. They can't afford not to fire him. He wants to get fired. They're going to fire him. Colorado could have stopped in Raton if they took a bus home. Beautiful Raton. The Rat Pass. Chris, if Moose just blowing smoke, or was Nebraska close to coming back to the Big 12? Are you talking about their old athletic director and a story out this week? I think it's blowing smoke. I don't think they were ever going to come back. They were never going to leave the Big Ten. It just wasn't going to happen. And they couldn't do it if they wanted to based on all the agreements. So I think that's revisionist history on a guy trying to maybe make it look better for his tenure, his time. I don't know. Wouldn't get him. Jesse, sorry, I meant end up with 8 schools rated right or under. Okay, I got you now. See, these are the things I have to do. Caller clinics like Rush Limbaugh used to do. It's like texter clinics. You got to be unbelievably explicit. Like, explain it to me like, I don't know, like I went to school at Texas A&M. Explain your tweets or text like that, and then I might have a chance. Best way to do it. If you're just joining us tonight, Texas Tech softball beats 5th-ranked Florida State 3-2. Great defense in the latter innings to make this happen. Right now, we're top of the 6th there in Clearwater. Tech 3, Northwestern 0. Nigeri Kennedy. Is she still on the mound? Is she? I don't know. Let's go to game status. Let's see where we are here. And believe that to be the case. Hopefully you got to watch the first game. It was really good. Tech basketball beats Colorado by 34, 78-44. Don't feel like we need to go through the whole rundown. I think the biggest thing was that you saw the depth come into play, and you saved a few minutes. And like I said, what was it, 30, 36, 37 for Anderson, 34 for Taba, but those were easy minutes. All right? Easy minutes. Bamboy, sign me up for more of that. Yes, for those of you in Rio Linda, Rancho Cucamonga, or Rio Linda, dittos to you. We've asked the question tonight, are you watching the Olympics at all? No, I'm not. No. And some of the athletes have made it easy for me not to care. Most of the sports I've given up on. Not given up on, but I think you're making stuff up as you go along. It doesn't do anything for me. In the hockey, okay, we'll watch the hockey, but it's a little bit like the way Olympic basketball is to me now. We crossed the Rubicon years ago. We let pros play. It's all across the globe now. The NHL is globalized. It's no longer 1980, which is, you still haven't seen Miracle, the Boys of 80 on Netflix. You need to watch it. It's great. But with that dynamic gone, why would I want to watch some of that versus Stars versus Knights, right? Avalanche versus Hurricanes. Jeff, I say baseball will finish in the top half this year. I have no basis for this opinion. Well, there are reasons to believe this team is better. The investment on the pitching side, and, pitching really wasn't your biggest problem last year. It was hitting. So as much as they've addressed the pitching and they ran off Matt Gardner and made everybody happy who hated Matt Gardner, and there you go, you got your wish. And Steve Foster comes in from the Rockies, and they're instituting more of a minor league baseball approach to their pitching, which we'll discuss more as we go through, and why that's probably the right way to do it now when you are working with older, you're not developing freshmen anymore. You're bringing in players that have pitched other places. So it's very much like a long A baseball or a double A baseball team where you've got 20-year-old guys who've been out of high school for 2 or 3 years that are coming into your program. So the pitching program, I think, is really interesting. You got to freaking hit the ball. Logan Hughes seems to be really good at that. Robin Villeneuve back. Schaus going to be interesting. I would like to think that this team can be better and should be better than ninth in the Big 12. And I understand how the coaches' predictions work, and largely it's based on what happened last year. And it's very hard to now look at teams that have so much turnover. And we always had turnover in college baseball. Now it's on steroids. I'm not saying they're taking steroids, but it's totally different even now than 5-10 years ago. But you got to be better, right? Got to be better. James, I watch the Olympics at lunch on the Peacock app. I pick what I want to watch. Well, aren't you special? Isn't that special? Jason jumps in on YouTube where we're this close to 700. We want 1,000. I know that's a 300 jump. I know you guys can do it. I know you can make it happen. You can make it happen. 5-0 Tech now. Davis with a 2-run double. And there it is right there on my screen. 5-0, bottom of the 6th, Texas Tech. My Davis double to left field. Hallman scores the hero of game 1. And then Lauren Allred scored as well. What's Kennedy right now? 58 pitches. So 9 in the first game, 58 here in the second game. You can bring her back to bear a couple of times over the weekend, no doubt. Hopefully you don't need them. Meanwhile, JCTT, Clearwater is awesome. Worked in Tampa loads this time of year. Yankees down the street, George Steinbrenner Field. Phillies across the causeway in Clearwater, and the OG Hooters. Is that still there? Did they close that one down? Is that what the last one's standing? The restaurants are going away. Hooters is going away. It ain't the 80s anymore, boys. It ain't the early 90s. Hell, it ain't the late 90s. Yeah, well, most of the ones I went to over the last 10, 15 years, Skankville, absolute Skankville. Wouldn't want to eat there. James, can Tech Baseball go 2-1 this weekend? Yes. Will they? I don't know. Could they? Yeah. It's not unrealistic. This is going to sound really bad. I'd be happy to see Texas Tech get at least one win, be competitive in every game. We'll see what Burns can do out there on the mound. Perko back healthy. And Connor Mohan, who showed signs last year that he could look good. Arlington is an interesting place offensively. I've seen games there where the ball seemed to jump and fly. And then I assume the roof is going to be closed. And when the roof is closed, it seems like it's more of a pitcher's park. Seems like it. Don't know. But with this team, just get a win. Really. That's where I am with Tech Baseball right now. Get a win, because if you beat any of these teams, Oklahoma, legitimate team. Vanderbilt, great team. Arkansas, you know about Arkansas. Give me any win right there, and then be competitive. What's competitive? Be within a run or two every day, game. Play clean baseball as much as you can. It's early on. You're going to have some errors. You're going to have some mental farts. So I can't see you getting through, the weekend with fewer than 3 errors in the field. That would be great if you did. That would be unbelievable. But look like a baseball team, all right? Hit the ball. Situationally, hit the ball. Get runners in scoring position home. Runners on second or third, less than 2 outs. Give me a run. Give me some situational hitting. This team has been so bad situational hitting the last 2-3 years. Give me some of that. And I will take one win and go, okay, we'll go from there. We'll see what baseball looks like after that. Stephen, speaking of what ifs, what if Brigham Young would have stopped at Buffalo Springs and not Utah. No Texas Tech. Think about that, kids. Stops out there. Lake Ransom Canyon becomes Lake Three Wives Canyon. What if? That's a pretty good ender right there. Green, white, checkered. By the way, are we underway on the first duel? We ought to be, right? We ought to be underway in the first duel. So we got, yeah, I agree. Hold on. I click that all the time. Live leaderboard at Daytona. The duels tonight. Used to call them the Gatorade duels, whatever. So Cole Custer leading Alex Bowman right now. Where are we lap-wise? Come on. Give me a little help here. So Custer leading Bowman, Austin Dillon running third, Kyle Busch. Your pole sitter got the pole for the first time at Daytona, and he's never won at Daytona. He's kind of got that Dale Earnhardt senior thing going on there. Bubba Wallace fifth, Cody Ware, Corey Heim, who had a great run last night, Buescher, Logano, and Keselowski running your top 10 in duel number one. And I'm still trying to figure out what lap we're on out of all these, and it's just we're 47 in. All right, we're 47 in. There we go. See, we do everything on the show. All right, you guys can do me a big favor tonight. Share this, invite people in. We're going to put it on the website, theraiderland.com. We will be with you on Facebook and Twitter tonight for the daily dose of West Texas that people seem to like. Tomorrow, the most Texan thing you have done. We will be with you tomorrow. Don Williams is going to join us. We'll keep up with Texas Tech softball. Recap day one, a little Diamond Talk action brought to you by Live Life Well Clinic in Lubbock, Dr. John Skelton. That'll be tomorrow at 6:30. Mr. Green Jeans or Red Green? Dr. Red Duke. We'll take Dr. Red Duke on that one. All right, you guys have been the best. We'll see you tomorrow and tonight, theraiderland.com.